need a drink after that. So one more Lehrer song I'm going to treat you to. Tom wrote a lot of songs in the 50s, and then he came back and wrote for That Was the Week That Was in the mid-60s. And then there was a hiatus. He didn't write for many, many years. But when we visited him in California in 1991, he had just written a new song for the first time in years and years. He wrote it for Rob Berman, Rob Berman said he did. And it was a song in answer to the question, and how are you spending the Jewish holidays? Well, I'm spending Hanukkah in Santa Monica, wearing sandals, lighting candles by the sea. I spent Shavuos in East St. Louis, a charming spot, though clearly not the spot for me. Those eastern winters, I can't endure them, so every year I pack my gear and come out here to Purim. Rosh Hashanah, I spend in Arizona, and Yom Kippur, way down in Mississippi. But in December, there's just one place for me. And near the California flora, I'll be lighting my menorah. Like a baby in my cradle, I'll be playing with my dreidel. Here's St. Judas Maccabeus, boy, if he could only see us, sending Hanukkah in Santa Monica by the sea. So on September 8th, 1962, I was bar mitzvahed in Temple Sinai in Roslyn, and was invited shortly after we got this song to do a concert there, and I sang this song. A woman came up to me and said, I have a 5-year-old grandson. He sings all the time, and he's learning the Jewish holidays. Could I have a copy of that song? Well, sure, I said, but you know, it doesn't have all the Jewish holidays, and it's also just travel in the United States. So I started thinking, and I came up with, but I hear cavilling, why limit all your traveling? Have a Pesach in your face, go away. Try Simchas Torah in Bora Bora. Shmini Atzeret spend in Paris or Calais or Mandalay. A travel agent can surely book us to Angkor Wat for Tu B'Shvat, and then what not for Sukkot, like Samoa for Yom HaShoah, middle of nowhere for Lag BaOmer, Yerushalayim for Yom HaAtzmaut. The cantor will be sure to kick us if we fail to mention Slickus. You could try Somalia for fasting at Gedalia. Though if you love to fish, you love the Vishula and Tish above good Yuntif, so make it good. So I said, yeah, we sang that at North Shore Synagogue, actually. The cantor. All right. Anyhow, I sent this to Lehrer, and he sent me back a congratulatory note saying, I was also thinking about Simchas Torah and Bora Bora or Sodom and Gomorrah. And he said, he said, quiz question, who was the first composer to rhyme love with Tisha B'Av? Anybody know? Here's Love, 1964. The World's Fair musical by Meredith Willson, rhymed Tisha B'Av with Here's Love. And then he said, your Pesach line is a bit of a stretch, but all I could think of was, I always get my ass over to Tel Aviv for Passover, and then it wouldn't be a song. But you know, that didn't deter him. I mean, at first when I played him the Clementine Kaddish in 1991, he said, well, it's a lot more sophisticated than anything I would write, but go ahead, you can use it. And, well, he let me copyright it and register it with ASCAP. This particular verse he did not let me, because he said, you're using my music, he said, and it's really a parody, so you can't register it with ASCAP. ASCAP wouldn't let me register it. But he did say I could do it, and only years later he told me that he had actually heard another version he liked better. Didn't have as many holidays as mine, but it was the Brandeis Gay Men's Chorus, and he particularly liked this rhyme. For Sukkahs, I just sit on my tuckers. So much for family song.